Lockpick Jones. We're on the other side. Whew. We're finally back on the surface. It's evening, too. It took longer than I thought it would. We should hurry. Of course. Are you alright, though? What? You look kind of pale. I mean, she has dark skin, but I digress. Are you feeling tired? Maybe we should rest a little before moving on. I'm fine. I've had enough training to handle this level of physical activity. Thank you very much. Don't underestimate the stamina of a bracer. I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. Wait, what the hell? She was never more than a few steps behind me at any given moment. How is she still fine? Like that Mitch and Barn skit where Barn became a bracer. She never seemed out of breath, even when we were being chased by those guys. Come to think of it. I feel like there were a few times when she was even ahead of me. What is up with this girl? Is this like nothing to her? Are you absolutely sure you don't need to rest? I do have a few snacks on me. Would you like me to share some? I have a bag of Doritos. It's okay. I'm definitely fine. Right now, we need to focus on getting to the guild so we can hide out there. Food breaks can wait. We might have run into a lot of trouble on the way, but the request was to show her around the capital. I've done that. Now all I need to do is get back to the guild, and this request is done. I win. Come on, get a move on. I still feel it would be a good idea to rest at least a little, though. Are you certain you're alright? How many times do I need to repeat myself before you get the message? To hell with it all! Uh-oh. I think the controller throwing incident just happened. Hide! I was up all night working that damn story. All night. Who the hell does Notitia think she is? The better the scoop, the hotter it needs to be caught. She think I don't know that? Ugh. He's taking it out on that poor barrel. What do you think he's talking about? Got no more idea than you do. Maybe he's using some kind of code like those men from earlier. The fat man walks alone. He couldn't be one of them, could he? Do you think he could be? Damn it all! I can't be sure. Just look at his eyes, though. He doesn't look like a man who makes an honest living to me. Woo! I see what you mean. We've come this far. No way I'm letting us get caught now. We need to proceed carefully and deliberately. Let's see if we can find another route. Da-na-na-na. Ah! If I remember correctly, that house over there is empty. This way, follow me. Doors are nothing for Miss Shira. We're in an empty house. For Adio's sake, I would have done it already. Unkempt man. You two patrol the area at the bottom of the stairs. I'll take the area at the top. Understood. Ah, I guess I'm gonna have to call Raymond again and take his RC Cola. Wait, he works in the villa now, doesn't he? Just my luck, that's ages away. I swear, this job is bad for my blood pressure. I need some more nicotine in me. Da 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 da. How you doing? They're really guarding that building. Come on. Why are there still so many of them going around? How can we get to the guild like this? I think we're gonna have to spend the rest of the night here, unfortunately. It won't need to come to that. I think if I can find a good opening, we can force our way through. It's just a case of finding one. I don't think that's a good idea. We need to be careful and rest while we can. Better be careful. As logical as that sounds, I'm not buying it's her real reason. Get a grip, Shira. Can't let my emotions get the better of me. There's no guarantee we're even safe here, you know. I still think the safest option in the long run is to get to the guild, no matter what we have to do to get there. Hey, where do you think you're going? I think the second floor is a better place to rest than the first. Find it easier to escape from here than we would from below. This should be a good spot. Wait one damn minute. This is your safety we're talking about here. You could stand to listen to me. Those men will be patrolling carefully for the rest of the night. They aren't going to give you the opening you want. Or at least I don't believe they will. We made it this far, so I think it would be best for us to rest tonight and resume trying tomorrow. Don't you? Trying to do what? Pardon? You're still hiding something, aren't you? For one thing, you're awfully familiar with this city for someone who claims it's their first time here. You also seem to know a lot about those men, and what they will and won't do, too. What exactly are you really after? It's plain as day at this point that you want more than just not to be caught by them. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have asked to be shown around the capital. Not that I think that's what you want, either. What's your real goal? World domination, isn't it? Well, no answer? The work we do is based around trust. We can't accept requests from people who won't tell us what they're up to, or who knows what kind of crimes we would be abetting. Aiding and abetting! Aw, yeah! Go on. The whole thing about that inheritance was all a big fat lie, wasn't it? Something about you'd been setting off alarms since we started running around together. Strike that, since you first came to the guild. Why did you lie to me? The story about the inheritance is true. I swear it. I want to go to Grancell Castle. I really am the one whom my grandfather gave his fortune. But I haven't finished the necessary procedures to truly inherit it yet. Until I complete the required paperwork in Grancell Castle's administrative room, I'm not legally allowed anything. And that's why there are so many of those men in black around that area. All of my relatives know exactly what I need to do, you see. So they're trying to make sure I can't do it. Still, if I don't keep trying to move forward, I'll... What a mess. Well, okay, for argument's sake, let's assume that I believe all of what you just said. Why am I only hearing about it now? That is... You thought I'd want in on that money, didn't you? If I did, and I knew everything, I'd have all the opportunities a greedy girl could dream of to take it when together with you. That's what you thought I'd do, isn't it? I'd play along and then steal it all for myself the second a chance presented itself. Do I look like that much of a scumbag to you? No, you don't. That's not it at all. After I lost grandfather, I lived all on my own. But the second his will became public, I had crowds of people descending upon me. People who, like you said, were interested only in claiming his fortune for themselves. They all started to live in mine, in my grandfather's house, and before I knew it, my once peaceful life was shattered. One day, someone would push me down the stairs. Another, I'd taste something funny in my food. These kind of things began happening on a regular basis. Legally, they were my relatives while I was a minor, so there was very little I could do. I tried reasoning with them at first, but in the end, I had no choice but to leave home myself. I wandered the highways alone, going from place to place and trying not to be discovered. But I knew that while I could hopefully avoid being caught that way, I'd eventually just be declared as missing and presumed dead. Besides, after I'd left once, even if I did go back home, I knew I'd promptly be locked up somewhere and reported as still missing regardless. Grandfather's will would be declared as invalid in time, and my relatives would blissfully share their newly bequeathed wealth between them. I hated the thought of that happening. A bunch of horrible people. That was why I decided to return here to the capital. Even if it's the last thing I do, I will formally inherit what he wanted me to. That is why I decided to try and get an escort from someone I could trust. So it's not that I don't think I can trust you. Not at all. And, I will admit that wanting to explore the capital was a lie. I'm sorry for deceiving you. You're a grade A moron. I'm sorry. You could have said all of this from the beginning and saved us a lot of headache. If I'd known what you were trying to do, I would have been able to formally escort you where you want to go. And the guild would have been the safest place for you to hide out, too. You wouldn't have ended up in this dump instead. I suppose you're right. I was just scared. I'll never be able to forget what I saw that day. What I saw in the eyes of everyone who gathered to hear that will read. The horror I felt when I saw it. Madness, insanity, cold, murderous light. Emotions that no one can explain. That no one can put into words. It wasn't visible for long before they managed to push it back below the surface and out of sight. But it was still there. Because now, I believe that's something that all of us possess naturally. Human beings are capable of limitless cruelty. Every one of us. That's the truth. And that realization's left me terrified of us all. It's not that I don't trust bracers. It's just that I've been so scared. I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have wasted your time with any of this. I should never have gotten you caught up in all of this when you were busy enough already. Just forget that I... Listen. Huh? It's my policy to give 100% to all work I undertake. Don't underestimate me. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I've wanted to be strong and to live with my head held high. I still believe I was right to feel that way. And yes, I've lived my hardest until now. But you made me notice that there's something wrong with my attitude. I'm not going about it the right way. And it's made me realize anew that I want to be able to keep living with pride in my every step. But no more saying sorry, okay? I want to see this job through to the very end. Ba-ba-bum. It's a new day, yes it is. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So, where was it in Grand Cell Castle that we need to go again? The administrative room. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is noon. Uh-oh. Almost out of time, I said you're underlined. Noon? Noon today? That barely leaves us any time at all. Why are you only telling me this now? It has to be filed within a month of the deceased passing away. That's the law here in the borough, apparently. Oh, right. I never was much good at this legal stuff. I bet Kurt knows it all by heart, though. He did seem like the type who might. Let's get going. We don't have any time to waste. As long as we do as we discussed earlier, we should be able to handle this. We're getting inside the castle, and they're not going to stop us. Miss Sherazard, I really am glad you were the one who undertook my request. The more time I spend with you, the more I realize you're really someone dependable, who relies on their own strength to live. You're blowing my merits out of proportion, I think. The merits of eating salad, even. Also, can we stop with the Miss Sherazard now? The way you say it, it just makes my name sound ridiculously long. Woo! Does it? It does. Feels like our conversations take twice as long as they should because of it. Which is why people call her Shira. Well, if you insist. And now you know all there is to know about what I want to do. So I would like to formally request again that you escort me to Grand Cell Castle. You got it. You'll get there. I promise you that. Thank you. This is a castle, but it's not Roy's one. This way leads down into the sewers. The door seems to be unlocked too. Maybe so, but we don't really have time to be messing around down. Let's get over to the castle. Let's attack aggressively. Bum, 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 bum. How you doing? Soraya. Welcome to the Liberal News Service. This is reception, while the second floor is the home of our editorial department. Editorial! It's notitia, which means news. That Niall, he really doesn't seem to understand. There's no way we could have printed an article like that as it stands. He's just so good-natured that he seems to have a habit of getting far too wrapped up in a single opinion or piece of information. I'm sure he'll come to understand eventually, but for now, courage. Yesterday's editorial meeting was a disaster, to put it lightly. I can understand how frustrated Niall must feel, though. He finds some incredible stories, but they never end up getting printed. Both Notitia and the editor-in-chief are really strict with him, too. Aren't they? I'm off to go and meet with someone in a minute. I think he said his name was Mitch. Not just anyone, either. A famous reporter who once received the Pulitzer Prize. Been a long time since we last met, too. I just can't wait to see the guy. Mitch style. Bum 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 bum. Coffee house. Of course, you're always here. I was beside myself when I'd read about Saul Holden's passing in the Liberal News yesterday. I knew he was well known for being rich, but I don't remember ever reading his age anywhere. Hadn't realized he was that old. Hello there, interested in having breakfast here like Adrian? We're best known for our curry and our coffee. I wholeheartedly recommend them both. Melanie. My husband's hobby is quite an unusual one, isn't it? I think it's lovely, though. If you ask me, being able to spend time surrounded by natural greenery is the definition of bliss. Pesca, which means fish. I do research on the cultivation of crops, you know. Not a full-time occupation or anything, though. Just something I do as a hobby. Of course, in the current day and age, they actually live in, Ravenou. Apparently, back then they lived here. Phew, that's the leak all fixed. Had to head out and do a good day's work. We've been streaming for 5 hours, by the way. I'm just gonna toss that little ninja star out. Hey, did you know it's almost time for the Archbishop's sermon to begin? I should get going over to the cathedral. The cathedral! Cathedral Jones. What should I do, though? First, you need to try and calm down. How about starting by giving some thought on what to call the baby? What to call it? Oh, their daughter hasn't been born. Huh. Interesting. Rachel's in her final month of pregnancy now. My husband should be coming over from Hocken Gate any day now. I can hardly wait to see my grandchild. I can't think of anything at all. I'm so useless. And at a time when my help's needed the most, too. Irving. You've got nothing to worry about. I'm right here with you. Yes, I understand. I'm sure everything will be fine. Okay. Good times. Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-bum. You head over to the port, you can see all kinds of foreign ships there. They come here from Azalea Bay, passing through the Rubine River along the way. Lots of large cargo ships, too. It's hard to get bored just watching them all. board style. Sisters of the Church sure are amazing, aren't they? And you should see them walk on water. They spend their days offering prayers to the goddess, so that we might be able to live our lives in peace. What a wonderful job. Oh, Adios, please guide us all. Better do it. Many people came flocking to this cathedral in search of safety during the 100 Days' War, too. There's no surprise, of course. To the people of the time, Grancel, protected by the Annenberg Wall, was their final hope. But not their final answer. At times, all of us lose our way. That in itself is nothing to be feared. What is truly terrifying is not noticing that it has happened, or realizing and willingly turning one's eyes from that truth. It may be necessary at times to pluck up the courage to look back at the path we've tread. Still, there is nothing to be afraid of in doing so. Adios will always show us the way if we look to her. This is the way. The door is locked. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, good times. How you doing? Sister Noah. Noah's Ark, even. This cathedral is one of the oldest buildings in the borough, incidentally. It stood here for hundreds of years, acting as a guiding light for the people of this nation for generations. It's also very large, which makes cleaning it all a mega pain. Good times. Lancer just posted a video on YouTube. You know. Oh, who might the two of you be? It's Nielsen who appears in later games. The sound of your footsteps is unfamiliar to me. I presume this must be the first time we've met. Yes, it certainly is. Am I correct in assuming that you must be visually impaired, sir? Yes, I am. If you'll forgive me for saying so, you're a rather unusual pair, aren't you? One of you is a bracer, I believe. There's no need to be so surprised. The air you have about you reminds me of other bracers I know, that's all. I may have lost my vision, but that has allowed me to see things in a way I couldn't before. Really? That's incredible. So yeah, he'll be important in later games, especially the crossbow games. Ba 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 ba. Alrighty then, good times. This way leads to Grancel Port. Are you tourists interested in taking a look around? It's Limp Bizkit fucking up your town. Wait, this is the way to the port, not the castle. That's right. I did actually consider the possibility of using a boat to reach Grancel Castle, but... I'm not sure that'd be such a good idea. The last thing we want is to get shot by the soldiers guarding it. That's a good point. Indeed. Getting shot is not a fun time at all. I'll tell you what. I'm so tired. I guess I'll just scarf down some breakfast in the coffee house, Adrian style. To the castle. Or, you know, something like that. Of course, they're still there. Like jerk stains. What the hell? Now we're pulling a solid snake. I knew you'd come eventually. Today's our last chance after all. Meowing voice. You're kidding me, a cat? No, no, wait a sec. There might be something else inside. The cat ran away. Was that Antoine? Probably. Don't let your guard down. I know. There they are! Too late. Surprise attack, even. Da, 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 da. Okay. Whip them! Oh, I missed. I'm a horrible warrior. That's a fact, Jack. Dun, dun, dun. We're not close enough to do any AoE shenanigans. I got shot! Well... that was cool. It's like my Uncle Jack always says. Eventually, everyone gets shot. That's a fact, man. She killed him! She doesn't get a victory line. That's a shame. 3 tear bombs. This isn't good. Now's our chance, Aina. Alright. Perm style. Uh-oh. There's more of them. No. Oh, this is fun. Nice of you to finally show yourself. Leader. What's the holdup? Why haven't you made an example out of them yet? Don't make an example out of me! That's not cool. Our client's waiting. Get a move on. They got back up! You're really gonna regret messing with us, kids. Hope you don't expect to just be able to walk away after showing yourselves. First, I'm gonna kill you. And that would pretty much be the end of it, sir. The other young lady can live a while longer. She's still useful. As long as we can get her to write her own will, it'll save us having to forge one later. You really think this will be that simple? If you think saying that is gonna unnerve us, you've got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. Dun, 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 dun. Aina, you can still run, right? Yes. I'll take all these guys on myself. While I'm doing that, you run. What? You can't take this many opponents on yourself and have a chance of winning. You'll... not going to beg for mercy, I take it. You've got something you need to do, and so do I. So let's just do them. Let's do this thing, shall we? Don't worry about me. As if I have any intention of dying here. What are you even talking about? Ha! Damn you! Go, Aina. But... I said go! You seem to be having a little trouble over there, Sherazard. Uh-oh. What? It's Curtis! Who the hell are you? Kurt? What are you doing here? What are you doing here with your green hair? You've forgotten that I'm affiliated with the Grand Cell branch of the Guild. See nothing odd about my presence here. Well, I know, but... I'm happy that you seem to have realized exactly what it is you must do. But I can't say I'm as pleased about how willing you appear to throw your life away, without first exploring other options. I'm sorry. I can't entirely fault your decision from the perspective of a bracer, but I would like you to give a little more attention to your surroundings. I'm well aware you seem staunchly opposed to relying on others. Take a good look at the situation you're currently in, and tell me exactly what it is that you should really be doing. Kurt, can you take care of things here for me? Certainly. Kurt's gonna beat them all up!
Go!
Summon lightning!
Rise, storm, from the space between sky and sea!
Pure destruction. Now, Aina. Right. You're getting away! Half of us should be enough to take care of this guy. Everyone else... Good luck with that. What the hell? Ah! What?! Sorry for the delay, Kurt. Not at all. I've largely taken care of them as it is. It's Gundalf! You sure do fast work. Though I'm more surprised to see that obstinate young lady finally came to her senses. When she was with the Zeiss branch, she was more like a wild boar, always charging forward without stopping to take a look around her. I've always known she has what it takes to be an excellent bracer. She merely lost sight of something important and needed to put it back on track. Given the opportunity, she was always perfectly capable of doing so. She'll be able to get much stronger than she is now that she's righted herself. I'm sure of that. Naturally. To be young again. Quit acting like we're not even here! Kill them both! Have fun with that. They're sure taking their time. The hell are they even doing? Now, there's no need to be so hasty. Capturing her isn't even necessary to the plan as far as I'm concerned. As soon as the noon bell chimes. True as that may be, sure that would invalidate the will and ensure she doesn't get all the money, but it also means you have to share it with everyone else. Which means our share will end up going down. I kinda like to avoid that if we can. Don't you worry, we got plenty of options. Remember, you're only dealing with a single young girl. What? Uncle? Why? Oh dear, what are you doing here, Aina? I keep telling you how dangerous it is to go venturing outside. And alone at that. You blind old man. She isn't here alone. Oh, I can see you. Getting in my way. Ugh, it's like they don't even care if they kill Aina in the process. That wasn't a very good shot. I take it marksmanship isn't exactly your forte. Sorry, sir. Sherazard, what is it? Let's just force our way through here. We don't have time to mess around. Got it. It's time to come along home, Aina. Everyone's waiting for you, you know. Uh-huh. Waiting style. So am I still waiting for this world to stop hating. Don't let them leave alive. Strength up. Excuse me, sir? Defeated. Heavy armor piercer. I don't really have much for armor, sir. Hate to break it to you. Do it! Finish them! Whip it. Now whip it good! Shoot him! Ha! Oops.
Someone's been naughty.
Really didn't need to do that. Just for the fun of it. So the fight just ends if you don't beat the uncle.
Short.
Not sure if there's a bonus for not taking him down. I don't recall, but either way. What is the meaning of this? I paid good mirror to hire them, and this is the quality of service I receive. This has to be a breach of contract, surely. This isn't acceptable at all. I can barely bring myself to watch. I think it's time you took a little nap yourself. What are you doing? Is that all you're capable of? Reckless violence? What a poor upbringing you must have had. Uncle. I've got no interest in inheriting grandfather's land or his money. That's not why I've been running away from you or doing any of what I've done. But much as I don't need it, I know I don't want you to have a single mirror of it either. I'm so sorry. Boom! Damn, that's gonna hurt in the morning. I sometimes really find myself doubting you're actually from a rich family like you say you are. How awful of you to say such a thing. I'd like to believe I act the part more than you, at least. What are you doing? What in Adios' name happened out here? You there, throw down your weapons at once. I'm from the Bracer Guild. What? The guild? Shirzard showed the soldiers her junior bracer badge. So you are. Still, what's a bracer doing here? Her Majesty may recognize the guild, but that doesn't make it all right for you to cause a commotion right outside the castle. I had reason to believe that these people were responsible for numerous criminal acts within the capital. I knocked them out for the sake of peace and order in Grancel, and the safety of its people. Yeah, so, you know, arrest them and such. So could you do me a favor and arrest them? I haven't covered that part yet. Well... Very well. Who's ready to go to jail? Ordinarily, we'd be taking you away with us as well, but I'll let you off this time. You know what to do. Right. Cuff 'em! Still, while you may have gotten away with punishment this time, don't expect to be so lucky next time you try and overreach your authority. Protecting the capital is our job, and we'll show no mercy to anyone who causes trouble, bracer or otherwise. Oh, it is? Cool. Can I ask another favor, then? There's a bunch of their friends still in the city. You couldn't take care of those, could you? Of course, last I saw Kurt was with them, so you probably won't have to lift a finger there, either. You two, follow me. Sir! Ooh, that jail cell is gonna be pretty full tonight. I'll never get used to dealing with the army. What? Oh, I was just impressed by how much authority the Bracer badge wields. Bracer badge! You were kinda cool. That was the first time I've tried using my badge like that, I'll have you know. But never mind my badge now, we're running out of time. We need to hurry. Right. Bum bum. Whew, we're finally here. I can't believe a girl like you would actually keep up with me running full throttle. I can't believe what they've been saying about our Cheese Desert sports teams. Anyway, get that paperwork done, quickly. I'll be watching from here. Okay. I'll be as quick as I can then. Good times. Good times indeed. That uncle's not getting a dime, didn't you know? As it should be. Ina put her signature on the necessary paperwork. I'm really happy for you, Ina. Congratulations. Irizard. It looks like I need a witness to sign this. Can I get a witness? A witness? You wouldn't be willing, would you? Sure. If you're okay with me doing it. And what would she have done if she was alone? What would have happened then? Of course I am, silly. Silly Billy. Falling out a window again. In fact, I want it to be you. Then I'd be happy to. I never thought the day would come when I would be called as a witness for something like this. I think a motorcycle just drove by. Or that the day would come when I'd be able to proudly say I was a senior bracer. Bracer style, even. Or that I would be able to feel overwhelmed with pride over something in the first place. Kira sure has come a long way. The undersigned Ina Holden shall hereby inherit the property of Saul John Holden, as outlined in his last will and testament. Whose middle name is John? That's stupid. I bet he complains a lot. Witness Sherazard Harvey. Thank you, Sherazard. It's finally over. That's this request wrapped up, right? Actually, no, there's one more thing I need to do. Uh-oh. Now what? It's never enough for you, is it? We're still not done? Could you possibly bring me an application form? I'd like to make a donation to Her Majesty's Welfare Foundation. Not to be confused with the Megastar Foundation, soon to be renamed the West Ham Sandwich Foundation. Sunnybell Inn. Bum 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 bum. Cheers. Ah. I still can't believe you gave all of that money away. Okay, maybe you don't need all of it, but you'll still need some to live, right? I suppose you're right. What I did was a little strange. She donated it all to charity. Take that, Uncle, you jerk. But I made up my mind to do this from the very beginning as a matter of principle. When I said I didn't do any of this for the money, I meant it. Still, congratulations on becoming a senior bracer. I'm not sure what the difference between a senior and junior bracer is, but it's clear this is something you really worked for. It means I have a lot more authority, but I've got a lot more responsibility to go with it. It also means I get a nice new badge, but I wasn't even interested in that person. Oh, really? Yep. I'm relieved to hear that. Uh-oh. It's Curtis! I see you're finally beginning to understand the necessary mindset to be a bracer, Scheherazade. Crap, it's Kurt. This might look like alcohol to you, but it's actually water? As today is admittingly a cause for celebration, I will turn a blind eye to your drinking tonight. Just don't go drinking so much that it interferes with your ability to do your job. Fine. What is it? As you're fully aware, Scheherazade, you are now a senior bracer, which means you must behave with more responsibility. That means I expect to see an end you drinking in every free moment between jobs, day or night, and sneaking out at night for it too. Woo! I also expect to no longer discover that you've been taking advantage of the busiest times in my schedule to behave like a drunken lunatic. Is that really what you usually do, Scheherazade? You sound like a tried and true troublemaker. Don't say anything. Are we clear? Yes, sir. Huh. There's no need for the sir, of course. We're both senior bracers now, which means we're both on equal standing. Why, I'm hardly even a veteran. I'm still very much a rookie. Dixie Cup style. Are you now? Says who? Regardless, this isn't what I'm here to discuss. The matter I came for concerns your uncle, Ina. I came to make you aware of the fact that the Bracer Guild is capable of asking for leniency in his punishment. Hiring a Jaeger Corps for personal use carries a very grave punishment, you see. Does it ever? A Jaeger Corps? Are you referring to those men dressed in black? Yes. They're one of many corps that are known to be active here in Liberl. Recently, there have been many such corps making their way into the country. They've been successful in finding work, too. Hiring them is, of course, very illegal, but with the army as slow to act as they currently are, I've taken this chance to take care of them, though we shouldn't see any sign of any in the near future. Take care of them? All of them? Now it makes sense. So it wasn't a coincidence that he showed up when he did. He's been investigating all of the Jaeger Corps in Liberl so that he could start an operation to wipe them all out. No wonder he seems so swamped. The Jaegers in this country have been targeting wealthy individuals in hopes of getting them to sign contracts. There have been countless cases like this all around the country of late, with civilians getting caught up in it at a worrying frequency. Goodness. I believe the case we're dealing with here was no exception, in that it was the Jaegers who came to your uncle rather than the other way around. It's hard to feel too much sympathy under these circumstances, but in a sense, your uncle was a victim in all of this as well. What? What are you trying to pull? Just because the Jaegers approached him and not the other way around, he's a victim? That he deserved to get off with a slap on the wrist? Kick in the crotch is more like it. And Aina's supposed to be okay with that? He tried to kill her! Shira, please calm down. There's no need to shout. I'm sorry, but still. No one is saying he doesn't deserve to be punished for his actions. Punished like Gandalf. All I'm here to say is that if, and only if, Aina wishes, the guild is able to request leniency in his sentencing. That is all. Oh. Whew, you scared me for a minute. You needn't make your decision immediately. Questioning him will take roughly a week as it is. Based on what I've heard. That's 7 days for those of you down in Beaver City. You bear no responsibility to even make any choice at all. So please don't feel as though you have to think long and hard about it. Just please be aware that the possibility to forgive him exists. That is all. Alright. Incidentally, should you ever find yourself in need of assistance with anything in the future, the Bracer Guild is always available to aid you. We're certainly not omnipotent or infallible, but we'll at least strive to do what we can to aid those who want our help. Such is the way. Thank you. I'm really sorry for not telling you the whole story from the start, too. Please, don't be. With the situation you were in, your reluctance is quite understandable. Furthermore, one who is worthy of being a full-fledged bracer should be able to tell roughly what a client wants just from looking at them. You should also not, under any circumstances, try to chase away a potential client in genuine need. Ouch. Still got a long way to go then, huh? Certainly, but don't we all? Alright, I've said what I came to say, so I'll be excusing myself now. Aw, really? You could stand to join us for one more drink. I'm afraid not. I still have my duties as guild receptionist remaining, after all. As for you, Shira, be careful you don't have too much water. Oh! Crud. Why's he always gotta be so serious? Oh, actually, how about you, Aina? Can you handle your liquor? If you can, you should join me for a few drinks. Oh, don't even get that started. Well, alright then. You're sure? Really, really sure? Of course. You've done so much for me, so how could I refuse? Joining you for a few drinks is the least I can do. Then let's get to boozing. Tonight's gonna be fun. Can't wait to see what a prim and proper girl like her looks like when she's drunk out of her mind. Yeah, but we all know that's not gonna happen. This is gonna be awesome. Well, cheers! Good times. I've seen girls just like her on the other side of that river. Silky blonde hair, beautiful blue eyes, smooth skin. The blessed, blissful children on the other side, dressed like royalty and smiling like angels. Seeing them, I ask myself the same question over and over again. Why aren't I on that side? I envied them. I hated them. I both longed to be one of them and rejected their very existence. I knew the answer to my question from the very beginning. I despaired in myself. I always tried to avoid others getting too close, believing that to be what I needed to do in order to live. But I could never completely get rid of the tiny lingering hope deep within my heart. That eventually, no matter how long it took, the day would finally come when I could smile from the heart. That the day would come when I would finally be able to accept and forgive myself for how I was. The next day, Ina visited the Bracer Guild and registered her desire for her uncle to be shown leniency in his sentence. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to accompany her, having been drunk under the table by her the night before. Good times. Side story client finished. Received Heaven's Eye. Ooh. And 4,000 Mibra. Good times. All right. Another moon down. "5 years ago, Shirazard, the junior bracer, accepted a job, but it turned out to be much more than it seemed. You think?" Alright, so now we got Heaven's Eye. Which combines the effects of Eagle Eye and Information. So we can give that to you. Good times. Okay, good times, man. Okay. So we want to go back to the local lodge to go to the final area. But I think we're going to save that for next time. We've been streaming for almost freaking 6 hours. Over 26 hours of gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks everyone for stopping by. And I shall see y'all next time. That's it.
Denied.